The number of men in the world is higher than the number of women, according to UN estimates, and the number of men has increased every year since 1960. However, in some countries, the opposite can happen. Due to the lack of men, many countries may have difficulty in population distribution. In this video we will look at countries with a larger female population. Number 10. Italy. Italy is the most populated country in Europe. The fact that the surplus of women in the country does not want more than a child is the biggest cause of population imbalance. Portugal. Number 9. Portugal, a European country, has a growing female population. Portugal, which has a population of more than 10 million with a female population of 52.70%, also makes the majority of its workforce women due to the economic crisis it once experienced. Portugal has the lowest birth rate in Europe after Italy, with a birth rate of 10 per 1,000. Number 8. Armenia has become a women's city, where the male population has decreased for various reasons. According to the latest research, the proportion of women in Armenia is 53.60%. Armenia lost many men due to the old wars, and now its influence continues. Women go into business to get by. The garbage men in the country are all women. It is common for a man to be with more than one woman due to the small number of men. Number 7. The results of the Russian 2021 census show that the imbalance of the male and female population in Russia is still evident. The 1,000 men have an average of 1,163 women, Metro reported. As a result, many of the women in Russia go abroad and build their lives there. In particular, it is estimated that there are 1.2 more women in Moscow than there are men. Number 6. Estonia is another country with a shortage of men, with 53.20% female offices after Russia. It is connected to Estonia and is ruled entirely by women on the island of Kinu, where feminists live. Almost all of the day-to-day work is under their direction on the island, where women build their culture by wearing traditional clothes and playing instruments. Men don't come to the village much because they're into shipping. Number 5. Lithuania has a smaller male population for more than one reason. Smoking, depression, suicide and high risk-taking are causing a gradual decline in the male population. It can be dangerous for male tourists because girls propose to boys rather than boys propose to girls. The majority of Lithuanian rulers are women. Number 4. Ukraine, according to 2020 data from Ukraine's State Statistics Committee, has a female population of about 3 million more than the male population. In the western Ukrainian city of Lviv, the gender imbalance in the population is increasing. This difference, which has increased in the last 10 years, is due to the rise in the birth rates of girls. Lviv is also a European city that complements the contemporary face of Ukraine. Number 3. Australia has seen a shortage of men in Australia lately. Women in the country's big cities have to head to the countryside to find love. Matchmaking companies stepped in when it became increasingly difficult to find a suitable partner for women in their late 20s in big cities such as Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. These companies send busloads of women to provincial settlements where men have a higher ratio of women to women. Number 2. Iceland. Iceland, one of the most livable and prosperous countries in the world, is having a hard time due to its inadequate male population. Icelander women, who are legendary for their beauty, cannot find men to marry due to the lack of male population in the country. Iceland, on the other hand, has set its sights on male immigrants living in the country for a solution. Male immigrants who would marry Icelander women were told last year they would be paid $5,000 a month. Government officials later explained that this was not true, as many people from around the world applied. Number 1. Latvia. Women in Latvia adapted better to capitalism after the Soviet era than men, the British broadcaster BBC reported. Women have higher levels of education and live longer. Men have a higher birth rate than women, but women have an average life expectancy of 11 years more than men. Sociologist by Daniels of the University of Latvia says the number of female students is 50% higher than that of boys. Therefore, she says, it becomes harder for women to find men at their own level of education.